Hello, Operation Sexy Body. Hello, y'all. Happy Saturday. Happy November. My goodness. This year has taken off. Every time we look up, we back together for the first of the month, and I'm so glad. So if you are here on purpose and you intended to make certain that your face was up in the place on the first of every single month, at least this month, I thank you for being here. If someone sent you this link and said, hey, on the first of the month, Lynette always has great conversation and you should really check it out, I thank you for being here and not even knowing really why you're here. And if you are coming back because you know how good and juicy our conversations are, I thank you for that as well. I'm going to jump right in, if that's okay. I am Lynette Williams, aka Operation Sexy Body. Operation Sexy Body. This is merch from like a while ago, guys. It says, I am bold, I am brilliant, optimistic, lively, and destined. Destined with a period. I love destiny, period. Anyway, shameless plug. I'm Lynette Williams, and I am a women empowerment coach. And basically what I do is I use fitness as my mode of therapy. And it is my personal belief that the adjustment, dedication, concentration that you put on your fitness and nutrition life spills over into other aspects of your life and helps you to become a happier, healthier, and more whole person, not only for you, but the people that are in your life, whether it be personal or professional. There is no way to dichotomize really being focused and determined, not perfect, okay? Hear that. A lot of times people see and think and feel that you have to do all these like extremely high impact or extreme types of workouts to be successful and beneficial. Newsflash, one of the most effective workouts is just walking. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Some people think that you have to be completely perfect. Hey guys, come on in. Come on. Once you come in, make sure you say hi. I may not be able to say hi back, but hello in advance to all those who have said hello. You have to subscribe first so that you can then comment. But a lot of people think that you have to be perfect on your diet. You have to never miss a workout. And if you miss a workout or if you miss 2 workouts, oh my gosh, like the world is ending. No, the sun will still rise. The sun will still set. You will still be here. But it is my personal belief that a lot of the grace that we give ourselves in fitness and nutrition can border excuses. And so the more that we are honest with ourselves about that line, and that line is very subjective. That line is really for you. It's not for me to judge. It's not for anyone else in your life to judge. It's for you to say, hey, you know what? You not feeling like it really isn't a reason to get out of your obligation and your responsibility. I feel that it is our responsibility to take care of our temple. And however that looks, that may look different season to season, which is what we're talking about today. It may look different from year to year, but it is our responsibility. And what we don't do is shriek on our responsibilities. One thing as a coach that I teach my clients, that I preach, that I live, is that I am destined, right? I am destined to be intentional about my time and about what I spend my energy on. And if I can't spend my time and energy on something that only benefits me, what else am I doing? What else is more important than me? And not to be, egotistical, right? But it's like, and I say this all the time too, it's like you have to have a form of selfishness. You have to be selfish when it comes to fitness. You can't only work out when you have somebody to work out with you. You can't only work out or eat right when somebody is monitoring you. You can't only do what you're supposed to do if you are requiring someone else to make sure that you're doing it or to check in to make sure that you're doing it. Some stuff got to be selfish. Some stuff has to like burn up inside of you. And that's why your why is so important. I'm getting off topic, but I promise I'm gonna get back on topic. Because I think somebody needs to hear this, right? Especially in this season. I think that we are so consumed and concerned with being perfect that we just don't do anything. It's like, I am just going to wait until the top of the year and I'm just going to give up everything. I'm going to lose all kind of weight. I'm not going to have any strategy in place. And then I'm going to gain the weight back. And then I'm going to be depressed. And then every year I'm going to keep gaining and losing the same amount of weight. Or I'm going to go to do a shortcut, whatever that looks like in your life. And so you get to the goal, but don't know how to stay there. And then you don't really have the proud factor of like doing it yourself. Like it's hard, guys. It is hard to do life, but you got to pick your heart, right? Do you want the hard life of never really feeling good in your clothes, never looking in the mirror and saying like, girl, you are doing the doggone thing? Or do you want the heart of sacrifice and saying, hey, I'm going to give up this temporary pleasure of food and not monitoring what I eat, not moving my body because I just like the freedom of doing that? That's hard too. So every hard has a consequence and a repercussion. So you choose your heart. So anyway, enough about that. Today we are talking about the seasons of life. And I think that this conversation is such a needed conversation. And I have a variation of this conversation almost every year around this time, at least at one point during the SAD months, which is the seasonal affective disorder months. They call it the SAD months, which is usually like late August, September-ish until the top of the year. This is the time of the year where the sun doesn't shine as much. You don't get as much natural vitamin D. Your vitamin D, B, a lot of micronutrient. You have a lot of micronutrient deficiencies this time of year, depending on where you live. So we like to have this conversation because everybody can play a part in it. So let me just get to it. I couldn't put my notes here. So if you see me do this, I'm just kind of referencing my notes. I am very, hey guys, hey. I am very intentional about being with you, and I am not distracted, but I do have to reference my notes because I haven't have everything memorized. And I did forget my water, so please excuse me in advance for clearing my throat, but I do not want to leave you to get my water and then come back. All right, so our life is not meant to be one season. You are multidimensional. You are mind, body, spirit. You have a number of different hats. If you think about some of the hats that you wear, you can't just say, oh, I do this. Well, what do you do for a living? Well, me, I'm a chef. I'm a chauffeur. I am an event planner. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a first lady. I am a caterer sometimes. I am a volunteer. I am a team lead. The list goes on, right? And so you can probably name 3,000 things that you do on a daily basis and then put those into categories. So our lives are the same way. They are not meant to be one-dimensional. And the more we can accept that, the better our life will be, and the more apt we are to anticipate and be in and get out of seasons at the appropriate time. Spring is a season of rebirth. Summer is a season of bloom. The season we are in now, which is autumn, this is a season of release. And then winter is a season of rest. So let me get into it. So I'm going to start with winter just because I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to start with autumn because this is the season that we're in now. And then I'll go back to winter and then spring and summer. All right. So autumn is the season of release, of harvest, and transition. Autumn is a fun time because you actually, I think for me, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, or you can say amen if you agree. Autumn or fall is the type of season that you can visibly see happening, right? You see the cooler mornings starting. You see the sun coming up a little bit later. You see the sun setting a little bit earlier. You see the temperature drop, not just the cooler mornings, but you see the overall temperature drop, like the high of the day isn't as high anymore. The leaves fall off, the leaves change, like you can visibly see it, right? So it's a season of harvest and transition. your energy may begin to kind of dip a little bit again because the sun isn't out as much. The sun today, for instance, is not out as much. It's a little colder. Like the high here today is 60, whereas sometimes the low is around 60. But it's a time of harvesting the wisdom and the results of summer, which is the season that we just came out of. It's also a time of letting go. And I want to pause here and put a little period here and ask you, you don't have to answer, but what is it that you have to let go? What no longer serves you anymore and that you need to release in this season? Is it self-doubt? Is it relationships? Is it who you show up to be? Maybe the last couple of seasons in your life, you have been the protector. Maybe you have been the provider. Maybe you have been carrying the torch for whatever reason. Maybe you are the scapegoat. Whatever it is, like, what do you need to let go and what no longer serves you? So that's the question I want you to think about for this season. It can feel bittersweet. I talk to a lot of people about a lot of empty nesters. I have a long way to go before I'm an empty nester. So I cannot personally relate because I barely can get out of first grade and third grade. But I talk to a lot of empty nesters and they use that term, oh, it's bittersweet. Like you've done all this hard work. Like you've seen them grow up from babies now to self-sustaining, semi-self-sustaining adults. And you want that. Like you want them to grow up. You want them to be better and bigger and do things. And when they do, it's kind of like, oh, but I'm not ready. It's like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for you to grow up and leave me. So again, what are you called to release right now? And when you think about harvest, so you have to sow, which we'll talk about in another season. But in thinking about what you've sown, what are you harvesting this season? What are some of your key takeaways? What are some of your accomplishments? And this stuff, I really want you to write down because I think we're hard on ourselves. We, like you and I. I think we're hard on ourselves. I think that when we think about the things that we do every day, we're just trying to like do stuff every day, right? Like you just got to do it. You just got to put your head down. You got to do it. And I think we miss how successful we really are day to day. And we have a to-do list and we have to check all this stuff off of our to-do list. But what accomplishments are you harvesting this season? I want you to think about that and maybe jot some down, coming off the top of your head. What does that look like for you? How can you honor? This is a great question. How can you honor and think what you're releasing other than just cutting it off? And I think a point of reference here is sometimes we just want to get rid of stuff, right? Like we're harvesting, we're releasing, we just want to get rid of it. But what can I be grateful for and release it with a different energy, right? It may be a relationship, it may be a job, it may be, again, a mindset. It's like, I am thankful for that season that I was in, whatever the season was. And I'm going to take from it. I'm grateful that I was in a space that grief is a really, really heavy season in this season. In the autumn months, grief tends to rear its ugly head because the holidays are approaching and it reminds us of maybe memories of long, long ago when things were different. But it also can be more recent of grieving a different life, right? Like the empty nesters. They used to have all their kids together, their whole families together. Now these grown kids are going off and traveling during the holiday season. They may be house hopping with different friends and family. So, what can I be thankful for and then release it with that energy? When you let go, you create space for more. And I think a lot of times that's what we do. We don't release anything because it's uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, I don't want to let that go. I don't want to let her go. I don't want to let him go. I don't let this relationship go. Yes, I'm miserable, but I mean, it's better than nothing. All this job, I hate it. I talk about it all the time, but I'm still not at the point where I need to let it go until I find something different, right? So when we do that, God does not have space to give us more. He's like, well, it's too crowded. It's too crowded. Have you ever gone, I know I've done it before, but have you ever like really wanted to go somewhere and you get to the place and the parking lot is full and you're like, and you circle a couple of times, you cannot find a parking space at all. You're like, I'm just going to go home. It's too crowded. So I'm just not going to do anything at all. Could you wait and see if someone comes out and then get their parking space? Probably. Could you park somewhere else and walk a little farther? You may not be able to park in the immediate vicinity, but maybe it'll take an extra effort to park somewhere else and then walk over. Could you do that? Possibly. But sometimes we don't even have that wherewithal. So empty your space, release it with the great energy, allow God to refill that space with something that you need, not necessarily what you want. And then you repeat the cycle of being grateful and thankful and knowing the sowing that you've done and are ready to harvest more because you have new. All right, so that is autumn. So let's go to winter. So winter is the season of rest, reflection, and inward focus. So winter is a great time because it's usually, it's kind of bittersweet, right? We said that before about the season of autumn, but winter is bittersweet because it's usually generally very cold. It can be isolating. So you have a lot of time to yourself. People usually take vacation time during that time. Kids are usually out of school. Schedules are different. Life just looks different, at least for a portion of that winter. But it's a quiet, introspective time. It may be a period of low energy. Sometimes for some of you, it may be a period of high energy, right? Like a lot of energy, like a lot of logistics. It may be traveling. It may be holiday planning. It may be coordinating with families and your family and other family members, and then your friends' family members and things like that. But it also really hits home with the grief and loss. It's a time when things feel dormant on the surface, but there's a lot of stuff happening underneath. So yes, we sing holiday cheer songs. Yes, we fill the house with smells like, oh, it smells like Christmas, right? Like I know that you have that like Christmas smell or that holiday smell. And for me, whenever I smell my mom's cornbread or her turkey or something like that, I'm like, oh, it smells like Christmas. But it's also a time where you have to think about conserving your energy because there's a lot going on. It may not look like it on the surface, but where do you need to conserve your energy? Where do you need to have an inward focus? Where do you need to realign and readjust yourself before the top of the next season, which is not far away? And all of these questions, guys, these aren't meant, I would love for you to type whatever you want to type. Of course, I'll go back later and answer these questions, but these are the conversations that you need to have with yourself and be honest, like, what season am I in, right? Like, and it may not be a hard stop. Like we know that fall started August, or September or whatever, but it may not be a hard stop. You may be in inter seasons. Your autumn and your winter may bleed over into each other, and that's okay. But for our conversational purposes, let's just concentrate on what the seasons are, what they mean to your life, how you can relate to them, and how you can honor yourself through the different seasons and different transitions. So where do you need to conserve your energy? How can you practice self-compassion right now versus judging yourself? This is a good one because this is a time when we do all this inward focus. We probably don't do a lot of this throughout the year. So this one time a year, we are so hypercritical. We are so down on ourselves. This is just the time where we just rip ourselves to shreds. Like, where can you show yourself some compassion? What about some grace? Because if you don't show it to yourself, You can't, number one, you can't anticipate other people showing it to you. And even if they did, you wouldn't even know how to receive it because you don't even practice it yourself. Like, wow, like, you're doing a great job. Like, Lynette, you're doing a great job. Someone gives you a compliment, you say, thank you, but stop doing that. Oh my gosh, you look great. Oh, thank you, but I need to lose some more weight. Stop doing that. Oh my God, your hair looks nice. Thank you, but I need to really get it done. Stop doing that. Oh my God, your nails are so pretty. Thank you, but I don't really like the shape. Stop. Just stop. So self-compassion. All right. Now I want to transition to a lot of autumn and AKA fall and winter kind of bleed into each other. So I want to prepare you for spring. So we've had our fall, we had our winter. Now we're transitioning into spring, and then I'll get into spring. So when you're preparing for spring, you want to honor the rest that we are having in the winter, okay? Don't fight the stillness. I think sometimes we're so bored. We just got to do, because that's what we're conditioned to do. We're conditioned to keep going and keep doing this and keep doing that. And it's like we don't even honor the time that we are supposed to just be still. Like, can you be still? Or is that uncomfortable for you? What about not being stimulated externally doesn't sit right with you? Because that's where you need to start your introspection. That's where you need to start asking yourself questions like, why can I not be by myself? Why can I not honor my stillness? Why can I not honor this season of rest? Why can I not just not? Hey, you want to go here? You could, but say no. Why can't I do that? Ask yourself that question. All right. And it's not lazy. It's necessary. Okay. I am a huge proponent of journaling. This is a season and a time specifically in winter where you need to journal. You have so many introspective thoughts. You have so many leftover thoughts from the harvest of fall that you get it in the moment, and then you start reacting to the immediate feelings that you're feeling, but you never really honor the you of last month. You never really honor the you of this time last year because you can't remember. I found my diary a couple of years ago when I was in grammar school. If that's not another story for another time. But it was funny because I see my mindset then, and now I'm like, girl, you had no idea. Like, my 16-ish year old self was having all of these feelings and thoughts and definitive moments and statements of life and how it was going to be. And my 44-year-old self is like, what are you talking about? Right? But in the season of winter and a season of inward focus and reflection, you have to have something to reflect on. Like, a mirror is only good if you're in it. Like, what is a mirror's reflection if there's nothing to reflect off of? So make certain that you journal during this time and trust the process. Like, the darkest point in life is right before the sunrise. And you have to honor that. So be okay with the little darkness. Be okay with with not as much stimulation, and journal about it. Make certain that you have the mindset of like, I need to focus on myself. I need to be selfish before I'm selfless. I always say this: be selfish before I'm selfless. And you will transition into your spring just fine. So spring, it's new beginnings, it's planting, it's clarity. All right, so what it feels like. So your energy starts to come back. The sun starts to be out a little bit more. The temperature changes and you are living life. This makes you want to get out and get active and do something for yourself. Shameless plug. It's where your ideas start to come up. It's where your partnerships is where you start to engage with other people, like your interpersonal communications. They increase. You feel a sense of optimism because the sun is out, right? When the sun is out, it makes you want to smile. When the clouds are out, it makes you want to cry, or it makes you just not want to do anything. And you're ready to start fresh. You've come out of this season of harvest. You've come out of this season of introspection, and now you've journaled, and now you are ready to live life and live it more abundantly. Okay. What ideas are you having during this time? What feels exciting to you? Is it a relationship? Is it a new job opportunity? Is it a special course? Is it a new hobby? What is it? What seeds, metaphorically, do you want to plant in your personal and professional life? What needs to be cleaned out? Remember spring cleaning. What needs to be cleaned out? Just like you go through your phone and delete emails, or go through your computer and delete emails and delete photos and things like that. What do you need to delete and get rid of to make space for your summer, which is growth? Because you can't grow when it's too crowded. We have a garden at church, and I am no gardener by any stretch of the imagination. But one of the things that I learned from gardening, and you guys who garden, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the things that I learned is that you have to space out your fruits or your vegetables or whatever you're planting. You have to space them out, because if you put them too close together, when they grow, they'll crowd each other and neither will thrive or survive. So what do you need to clear out so that you can thrive and survive? It's not just clothes. I can tell you that. It's not just clothes and shoes. What else? Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. All right, so we are finishing up spring, and we are getting into our summer. But there are a few things that we need to do before we get into summer. And this is the last thing, and I'll let you guys go, because I like to keep these around 30 minutes. I'm going to be a little over today, so please indulge me for a couple minutes. How we prepare for our summer, right? So we're clearing out all of our spring cleaning items that need to be cleaned out. We're making room for new opportunities, entrepreneurship, new hobbies, new relationships, whatever, right? So for summer, we need to set our intentions, not just goals, but what do I intend to accomplish this summer? What do I want to cultivate? Is it a new community? Is it new job opportunities, new speaking opportunities? Is it a community? Whatever it is, I already said community, but whatever it is, what do I want to cultivate? Is it a spirit? Is it an energy? Is it something that I've desired to do but don't know how to do it? So I want to cultivate an environment that I can learn from other people who know what to do, because I'm trying to do the same thing. What do I want to cultivate? I need a plan. So not only the ideation about what I need to do, but how can I plan it out? Step one. All right. So if I want to cultivate a community of people who like working out, do I need to set up fitness events? Do I need to set up a blog for people to comment where they are? Do I need to set up a Zoom to kind of get people excited about it? Do I need to look for fitness events and maybe meet people there? Do I need to ask my fit friends to get together and then bring another one or two of their fit friends? And then we have, what do I need to do? So you make a plan. So not only the ideation about what I want, but how do I go about getting what I want? If I'm trying to lose weight, okay, I can't just wake up and say I'm gonna lose weight today. I have to meal prep. I have to set my menu. I have to download apps that help me track my caloric intake. I have to maybe get a nutritionist. If I really just don't know anything about nutrition, I have to get a good scale. I have to get a good digital scale to weigh my food, maybe. I need to maybe invest in some cute workout clothes, because if I'm cute when I'm working out, that's gonna entice me to work out. I need a plan, okay? So you get the point. And then get your resources, which is all of the things that I just mentioned. All right, so now we are in summer. Right? We've done all of our planning. We've got all of our ducks in a row. We've got all of our systems. We've got our journal from our inward focus from winter, and we are ready for summer. This is your season, sis. That's what I put with the exclamation point. Your energy is high. Things are in full bloom. It's hot. You're seeing the results of your spring planting. All of the seeds that you've planted, you're starting to see them grow, and you are living life. It's a time of celebration, a lot of graduations, a lot of end of the school year festivities, a lot of parties, a lot of things, a lot of happy people doing happy things around this time. What is the most abundant thing that you are for? If you are in a season of summer, what is the abundance? What is the joy and abundance that you are experiencing right now? And harvest that. I think a lot of times we don't talk about our joys and accomplishments because we fear that it may make other people feel uncomfortable, or we don't want to seem like we're bragging. No, brag on yourself. Again, if you do not brag on yourself, who's going to brag on you? How will we know? How will we know the amazing things that you're doing if you don't tell us? So think about that. All right. How can you celebrate and appreciate your hard work? How can you appreciate yourself for losing the weight? How can you appreciate yourself for getting the promotion? How can you appreciate getting a new job in an industry that you wanted to get into? How can you appreciate or celebrate your entrepreneurship journey? Yes, you haven't reached the Forbes, 500 list because you just started yesterday, but how can you celebrate that? And how can you allow other people to celebrate with you? This is one that I shouted. How can you maintain your boundaries to avoid burnout while you are in this high energy field and space? That is a real thing. It's a real thing to protect yourself, to protect your energy, and to set your boundaries. Boundaries help two things. They help you and they help me. They help me because I see where the line is and I can respect it or not. And if I don't, then that should tell you a lot. And boundaries help you because you know that if I respect your boundaries, that I respect you, and you're more likely to do business with me. You're more likely to be closer to me. You're more likely to continue to set boundaries because you see their effectiveness. A lot of times you're not effective or successful in relationships, personal and professional. It's because you don't set any boundaries. You're upset at so-and-so for not doing something or for doing something that they don't even know that they should do or shouldn't do. Why? Because you haven't set the boundary. You have not set the expectation. How can you be upset at someone if you have never set the expectation of them to do or not to do something? So summer is a time to do that. Last but not least, I'll say this and I'll let you go. So we started with autumn, but I want to prepare you to get into autumn. So we've come out of summer and we're preparing to go into our autumn, which is, again, autumn is our season of release and harvest and transition. So because summer is a season of growth, how can you acknowledge your wins and build your system of resilience? Because there's going to come a time where it's not going to be growth. It's not going to be excitement. It's going to be a time for harvest. It's going to be a time for transition. So how can you prepare for that? You're going to conserve your energy. Okay? It's not the season of summer. You could be transitioning into a season of no, which directly correlates with boundaries. Could you go? Yes. Should you go? Probably not, because you're exhausted. Probably not because you don't even like half the people that are going to be there. Probably not because you don't even really want to. You just feel obligated to. Say no to protect your time, protect your space, and protect your energy. So I'm going to give you 4 things that you need to do to honor the seasons of your life. Number 1, you need to identify your current season. If you had to name the season that you were in right now, which season would it be and why? And what season are you least likely to get ready to go into and why? Okay, that's number 1. So identify your current season. Number 2 is anticipate the shift, because there is always a shift. That spoke to me. There is always a shift. There is always a shift. A lot of times we think we can just be in a decade worth of summer, and that is not how it works, sis. We feel like sometimes we are in a decade of winter. Trouble don't last always. It's not going to be always like that, right? But anticipate the shift. So identify your current season. Part B, What season are you least excited about going into? Anticipate the shift. Number 3 is create a seasonal self-care list. So we talked about each season, the positives, the negatives, the anticipation, and the transition of each season. So since we know all that, we know how to take care of ourselves in each of these seasons. So create a self-care list, right? How am I best supported in this season? Because your support in summer isn't going to be the same support in winter. Your same support in spring isn't going to be your same support that you're going to need in the fall. So create that self-care list and what that looks like. And don't be afraid to share that with people and what that looks like. And reframe, I feel like I'm stuck, or I feel like I'm stagnant. Reframe that. And in the shift of, okay, well, your winter has just been extended a little bit. Oh my gosh, I've had so much growth. Like, I don't know if I can sustain it. No, you're just in an elongated summer. Honor that. But then also honor the transition of how we're going to get out of summer into that high intensity, high growth, high need area and transition into a slower season like autumn. Okay. No season is permanent. So rest and know that the anticipation of one season with the glory of another season, with the seemingly desolate feeling of another season, to the transition of another season is all a part. And what makes each season special is, number 1, they don't last always. But number 2, it's exciting to know yourself in the seasons. It's exciting to know and to prepare yourself because you have that self-care checklist of how am I going to honor myself in this season, in the transition into the new one. I think a lot of times in life we find issue and strife and trouble with the seasons because we aren't ready for them, right? Like the other day, last week, it was raining so bad. I'm like, where did this rain come from? I had to buy rain boots. I'm like, I don't even have any rain boots. So here I am outside in puddles with shoes that have nets on them, socks all wet, shoes all wet, because I wasn't prepared. So was I looking forward to walking the dog? Absolutely not. But when my rain boots came, I said, oh, I'm ready for this season. I'm ready for rainy season. So when you are in your life and you are prepared for the next season, oh, you're ready. If it's cold outside, oh, I got a big coat. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, okay, it's hot. Let me take this hot coat off and let me put on a tank top or a t-shirt. I'm ready. So when you're ready for the season, you don't dread it as much. The reason that you're having a lot of trouble in your life is because you are transitioning seasons that you are not ready for, because you have not prepared yourself. You have not equipped yourself with your toolkit, which is specific for you. You have not allowed yourself to take care of yourself in the way that you need to be taken care of. You are surrounding yourself with things and people that are not honoring your season. Stop it. Just stop. And say, you know what? I deserve better. I'm going to honor myself. Like, what is the sense in getting your hair done and your nails done and your feet done, like doing all this maintenance, and you won't even protect your heart? You won't even protect your energy. You won't even protect your peace. You won't set boundaries. You think avoidance is a way to solve all your problems, and it is not. So in the seasons that you have in your life and the transitions that each season require, you have to equip yourself with the necessary tools to be able to navigate that. That's it, guys. I thank you for your time. I'm a little over today. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your comments. I'm going to read all of them and respond. I thank you for allowing me for almost a full year now to be here on YouTube and try something different. I don't know if I'll keep it on YouTube. To be honest, I do not get the engagement that I do on Instagram, but I think this forum is better. So I continue to pray about what these talks look like. Maybe I should bring them in person. Maybe I should just give it more time on YouTube. Maybe I should just go back to Instagram. I don't know. But I am committed to you. I'm committed to my mission. And I believe, and I always say this, that in being obedient, I am blessed and I am rewarded. And it is not in likes and views. I could care less about that. But it is important to me to honor my commitment to God. And as long as I am still enough to listen and hear his voice and know his voice in my decisions, I am totally fine. So for that, I thank you. Last but not least, and I'll let you go. My husband is a holistic medical practitioner, Ayurvedic health doctor, and he is planning an inaugural health conference here in Atlanta, Georgia. If you are anywhere in the world, you can attend this conference. The only thing that you need is internet access. We have virtual passes available. We have in-person passes available. So we would love to see you. We would love for you to come to the conference. It's going to be at Salem Bible Church, which is 5460 Hillendale Drive in Stonecrest. If you can't make it, then you can absolutely get the virtual pass. And it's actually great to get the virtual pass as well, because you get access to all of the sessions versus if you were to come in person, you will still get all of them eventually. But when you get the virtual pass, you get all of the classes as well. So don't feel bad if you can't come, but I will be there. I will be speaking in some capacity. My husband obviously is the keynote speaker, and it's going to be great. The conference is focused on healing. So whether that's where we have physicians talking about childhood nutrition, we have an herbalist, we have double and triple board certified doctors to talk about a myriad of things from the vantage point of healing. Doctors in Western medicine are not going to talk about healing. They're going to talk to you about treatment. They're going to talk to you about what medication, what clinical trial, what dosage, and this and this and this. We are not talking about anything like that. We are talking about healing. I'm talking about everything from eczema to cancer and everything in between. So it's November 14th and 15th. I hope to see you there. The 15th is the big powwow day. So hope to see you there. Hopefully you'll get your tickets. The website is theblackhealthinitiative.com, theblackhealthinitiative.com. If you have any questions, please comment them below. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.